Hello again, and thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of your Wheel and Anchor weekly newsletter. I'm coming to you from back in my home in Koh Phangan in southern Thailand, where rainy season has begun, forcing me inside to make my video this week, and where the atmosphere is a little bit gray and gloomy, as you can see by the clouds behind me. But notwithstanding the weather here, I think we've seen some good news in the world over the past 10 days. Most notably, perhaps, the discovery of a vaccine that looks like it may be very promising in returning us back to normal. We'll have to see how that plays out. But other events of the last 10 days have had me ponder about the idea of like-mindedness. And of course, like-mindedness is what we like to think is one of the underpinnings of our community. We are like-minded travelers, but we can also see when like-mindedness can go wrong. And when people live in their echo chambers of thought, and sticking to their sort of traditional values and beliefs without seeking to listen and understand and appreciate other points of view, then like-mindedness doesn't always manifest itself perhaps in the best of ways. And so more than just like-minded, I think we like to think of ourselves as open-minded, because I don't think that you'd be as interested in being part of a community of closed-minded travelers, which is not to say that wouldn't necessarily work, but that's certainly not what we're about here at Wheel and Anchor. I think we all pride ourselves on the ability to sort of stop and contemplate other people's, other societies' values and traditions and how they relate to each other. And that's part of the reason that we travel, is to gain a broader understanding of our fellow human beings in different parts of the world. And so all of this has had me sort of think, maybe it's time for us to take another look at our Traveler's Creed and exactly what we mean by like-mindedness as it relates to travel and as it relates to our community. Because it's important to me that we all, that we do share the same values as it relates to travel. Because again, it's when we have that same collective view and opinion, and we may very well have differing, political and religious and all those other kind of views, but when it comes to how we learn and how we seek knowledge and how we come to stop and understand each other, that's for me a big part of what travel is all about. Anyway, notwithstanding all that, I'll certainly share with you when we revisit our Traveler's Creed, and we might very well have a webinar to do that at some point in the future. In the meantime, we had a terrific webinar this past Thursday, which focused on our second edition of our incredible train journeys, and we were looking at Southern Africa, in particular Rovos Rail, which bills itself as the most luxurious train journey in the world. I've done it many years back, and I can honestly say that is the truth. And I suspect that many of our members who attended and saw what this incredible experience is all about will have felt the same way. And so if you didn't get a chance to see that, you can find the recording of it in the link below. So check it out and find out all about that. Our next webinar will happen on November the 26th, so in 2 weeks from now, at our usual time, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be looking at another interesting destination, this time Southeast Asia and some unusual river cruises. Particularly, we're going to be focusing on the Chindwin River in the central part of Myanmar, the Brahmaputra, which is a river flowing through the Assam region of eastern India, as well as the Red River, not the one in Saskatchewan, but the one that flows from the highlands of Vietnam out to the famous Halong Bay. So that's on November the 26th. Again, you'll find a link to register for that in the blog below. And I hope to see you on that. And I'll catch up with you again next week and wish you all the best, and enjoy that mild weather that has been happening in at least the eastern part of Canada. And let's hope that winter doesn't descend all too harshly on us back home. We'll see you soon.